searches for relief in vain. Oh, loneliness that consumes me like a flameless fire in a sea of tears where hope drowns beyond the pain. Find my refuge in the darkness of the soul. I walk through the deserted streets without a clear destination. Sighs are my only companions. Echoing depression envelops me in a cold and uncertain embrace. Oh, loneliness that consumes me like a flameless fire in a sea of tears where hope drowns beyond the pain. I find my refuge in the darkness of the soul. I walk through the deserted streets without a clear destination. Sighs are my only companions. Echoing depression envelops me in a cold and uncertain embrace. Oh, loneliness that consumes me like a flameless fire in a sea of tears where hope drowns beyond the pain. I find my refuge in the darkness of the soul. All the pain there is. Shattered soul, lost in darkness. The echo of my lonely direction left. Every sigh is a lament, song of low. a reminder of the pain that never fades. Oh, sadness that consumes me, like a fire that burns without end. In a sea of uncertainty where hope fades in me, on the aimless path I find my dark and endless destiny. I walk along empty roads, the voices of the past echo. Memories haunt me, like ghosts that won't leave me alone. Depression is my clothes in a world of blurry shadows. Oh, sadness that consumes me, like a fire that burns without end. In a sea of uncertainty where hope fades in me, on the aimless path I find my dark and endless destiny. I walk along empty roads, where the voices of the past echo. Memories haunt me like ghosts that won't leave me alone. Depression is my clothes in a world of blurry shadows. Oh, sadness that consumes me, like a fire that burns without end. In a sea of uncertainty where hope fades in me, on the aimless path I find my dark and endless destiny. I walk along empty among the shadows of the night, tears fall in silence. Every sigh is an echo of the pain I feel so intensely. In the invisible scars, the weight of my torment. Under a starless sky, the footsteps echo like lamentations in lands without beautiful lives. Depression embraces me in an embrace of such cruel shadows. Cruel shadows. walk along lonely roads under a starless sky. The footsteps echo like lamentations in lands without beautiful lives. Depression embraces me in an embrace of such cruel shadows.
Cycles of failure. We make mistakes without ceasing. Our imperfections pave the way forward. Every stumble is a lesson to teach us. Between regrets and bad choices, the scars of the past mark our recipes. In human mistakes, we find our lives remain. All imperfections can guide us in a maze of forgiveness. In a world of mistakes, we seek redemption. In cycles of failure, we find our reason. All imperfections can guide us in a maze of forgiveness. In a world of mistakes, we seek redemption. In cycles of failure, we find our reason. Sometimes we lose sight of what really matters. Our pride blinds us, and the truth is distorted in the crooked light. But even in darkness, there is a light that comforts us. So we move on, despite our failures. At every step, we seek to redeem our battles. For it is in imperfection that we find our most beautiful pictures. between lonely tears in an ocean of tears. They consume my being in a deep silence. Oh, loneliness that envelops me like a dense fog in a world of darkness, where hope is absent. In the shadows of the soul, I find my even sadness. I walk along empty roads without a destination. Melancholy accompanies me at every step. The echo of my sighs is my only human sadness. Oh, loneliness that envelops me like a dense fog in a world of darkness, where hope is absent. In the shadows of the soul, I find my even sadness. I walk along empty roads without a destination. Melancholy accompanies me at every step. The echo of my sighs is my only human sadness. Human sadness. Loneliness that envelops me like a dense fog in a world of darkness, where hope is absent. In the shadows of the soul, I find my human sadness. I find my human sadness. On life's wandering path, we find ourselves lost between uncertain choices and devoid destinations. Every detour is a reminder of our hidden sins. Between regrets and scars from the past, we confront the mistakes we made side by side. But it is in the falls that we discover what is most valued. Between regrets and scars from the past, we confront the mistakes we made side by side. But it is in the falls that we discover what is most valued. Between regrets, between regrets, between regrets, between regrets. Sometimes we stray from the path, looking for something better, but we found only thoughts when we expected a flower. It is in the darkness of our mistakes that we learn true value. So we move forward despite the failures and the pain, for it is in struggles that we find our strength and our love. And it is on the wandering trails that we discover the true flavors. Oh, wandering path we walk with courage and devotion. In the midst of our mistakes, we seek redemption. On the roads of life we find our true mission.
The echoes of the past resonate like ghosts in my alley. Depression embraces me in a cold embrace without heart.